Hey, this is Lesson 2A, Post-Production Analysis. Pixelation, a form of animation. Now, what animators try to do is save time by leaving the camera straight on one spot and filming straight on with no motion. For instance, you see a scene in the Flintstones where the music will be playing and just show Fred's house. No movement. That's 24 frames per second, remember. So in order to make 1 second of video, you have to move the objects 1/4 inch for 1 second just to make 24 frames just to make 1 second. So my goal here was to take these objects, move each one a little bit at a time, and have the floor clean itself up. Basically, the objects will move out of the way and the floor will be clean. You do that with each object, it will take too long. Try to focus on a couple of objects, keep the camera rolling for a while at bits. You'll see my hand come in at one point to show you that I'm going to show the lid focus on and have that move around. You'll see how the magic works, and what you want to do, remember, try to save time by keeping the camera rolling for 5 or 6 seconds at a time in between pixelation movements. People will not notice. Focus on a couple objects while you move other objects out of the way real fast. Maybe these will go out of the screen in 4 clicks of the camera, 4 frames rather than 16 or 18. So let's run this through. So I'll give you an idea how it goes. So this is the film without. The version you just saw was edited, not edited, but I took out some of the frames of repetition. So as you see, 2 frames at a time. Click, click, next frame, next frame. And you see how things are moving. Now I focus on the Steely Dan box there. Now watch on the right-hand side up here, you'll see some paper I move on purpose to let you know that I'm operating the camera from the right-hand side while nothing else moves. So now you see I'm moving everything a little at a time at first. Now I focus, my hand comes in to put the lid on. Focusing on the lid and the Steely Dan box only as I move the other objects out real fast. Now watch this. You see I move 2 frames at a time and it makes it look like the object is actually moving. Now to stand up like it did just there, you saw there was a piece of tape. I left that there on purpose, see if you noticed that. That's the prop to make it stand up. Now watch, you can make the box actually stand up with the cassette tape. There we go. Now you see the tape also, and you see now I focus on getting this cleared out and getting the Steely Dan box and this box only as the focus. Now watch as I literally spread things out. Again, mounting with things behind the box to make the box stand up on its own. And you see how everything clears out. Okay, then you see same technique with this. On its own, I have a tape box there, and it rolls around. I can make it fly up and down. So I can make it like Gazoo in the Flintstones, up and down, up and down. And then you can actually make it fly. But again, 1 at a time, 1 frame at a time. You move the item just a couple spaces at a time. So that's the magic of pixelation. You want to actually keep the camera as few frames as possible. And you see I'm holding the actual case on the side so it looks like it's flying. I move it up a little frame, 2 frames, 2 frames, 2 frames, 2 frames, 2 frames. And that's how it actually looks like it's moving. You see, so it's animation magic in a way. And again, as you see how you make things move, I'll go a little slower here for you. There you go. Pretty simple. And as you see, that's where the light came on. I turned the light on here to show you that I actually left the camera rolling for seconds at a time. This is when you can save time. Here we go. I'll show you where I leave the light on. And it comes on right about here. So you see at first this little movement here to move everything like that took 15 minutes because I moved everything. Every object moved. If you take a look here, every object moved a little 1/4 inch or something. You see the Hitchcock, there's a Hitchcock CD. You see Alfred Hitchcock Presents Season 1. Everything moved a little. Then you focus on just a couple items because it takes too long to do that. And your whole goal is to kind of create a cool effect anyway. You just need a couple items. Now watch, you move the other things aside and have these go on the 2 items. Focus on maybe 2 or 3 items. And people don't notice when the other items will actually be disappearing. And there you go. Lesson 3 next. Be ready.